And then he said, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills.
I can't catch a break, guys.
Yeah.
Get them the fuck away from me. I can't be around those guys.
People think, oh, well, cleaning your room, that's just a cliche. It's like, yeah, really, eh? Just go ahead and try it.
If people had any idea how powerful sleep is for healing from anything, and the fact that it's free.
My mind is absolutely bulletproof, solid as a rock.
Podcast. All right, guys, so welcome to another episode of the Fighting Fit Show. Today, I am joined by the lovely Lauren Matthews McGuinness. Actually, just checking your profile today, I realized you're actually coming up on your 1 year Fighting Fit anniversary. Is that right?
Yeah, I think I started in August, so
yeah, I think it was the 22nd of August last year, which is fantastic. So actually, great timing to actually do this. So before we get stuck into the meat and bones and the questions and all that good stuff, for anybody who doesn't know you or hasn't met you yet, who is Lauren?
So my name is Lauren Matthews McGuinness. I'm 20, and as Stephen said, I joined the gym in August. I also dance as well, and I do running sometimes.
What kind of run do you do? So I know your mom is a badass sprinter.
Yeah, she does all the short distance. I'm more of like a really slow 5 or 10K. That's me.
Nice. And then what do you do for fun? You're obviously a student.
Yeah, I'm a student. I work in exercise as well, so I make ice cream all the time.
Lovely. Lovely. What's the temptation like trying to find a balance between health and fitness and eating the taste ice cream?
It's so hard. I nearly do eat an ice cream every day.
Yeah. But at the same time, you are pretty active. Even like I bumped into you earlier on doing the smashing the 115 session. I seen on your profile again, you've done well over 100 workouts over the last year. So obviously consistency and kind of living a healthy lifestyle is definitely something that we notice as part of your commitment to the program. What would you say? What was the main reason for yourself then to sign up to Fighting Fit, or kind of what motivated you to to take that step and join up?
Yeah, well, obviously my mom was in it, so I kind of knew like your methods and stuff kind of, but I was like, I have been going to gym since I was like 14, 15, but I never really liked like a program, and like I'd lift a few weights, but I'd never go up a weight, or like I'd never like change my program a bit. So I was kind of looking for like someone to push me, and obviously all the coaches do push you in Fighting Fit, so I was just looking for that extra like accountability, I suppose, and like a more of a push to like help me progress, because I knew I love lifting weights, so I knew I could lift heavier and stuff, but I just needed that bit of help to get me there.
Yeah, no, of course, and that's kind of what we believe like is the cool part about the program, is like it gives everyone access to a coach, somebody to set goal with, someone to keep them accountable, but someone to give kind of advice and feedback and making sure, like, I think one of the best things the coaches do is like they help people see kind of what they're capable of. Sometimes we set goals that are too sharp. We're like, oh, geez, no, she'll be capable of X, Y, and Z, and you're like, oh, really, you think so? And then you chip away, you set kind of big goals, but you break them up into little targets, and before you know it, you kind of get there. So kind of what did you want to really get out of the program then? So you've done your you kind of want to get some structure, get some accountability. What kind of specific goals? So it was like all strength-based goals and stuff, or was it kind of body composition? I know you lost the guts of a stone in your first kind of couple of months.
Yeah, it was like at the start, it was I did want to lose weight, because I was never like big or anything, but I just felt uncomfortable in myself because I knew I wasn't training as well. And I just kind of wanted to, like, it was more about feeling, like I did want to lose weight, but I wanted to like feel good in myself as well. And I did lose about a stone, like it kick-started like a bit of a passion for fitness then, I suppose. Yeah.
No, and it's so amazing, even because we got a Kickstarter starting today actually again, and because Jenny's jumping into it as well, and we're kind of having a chat about it, and I'm doing it. I'm just kind of saying this year, for a lot of people, myself included, has been difficult in terms of, kind of maintaining the weight and just making nutrition a priority, really. But we're just kind of talking, I was like, being overweight or not being happy in your body, like, just really does steal a little bit of happiness from every day. I found that's my experience, and Jenny kind of confirmed, and obviously from talking to people over the last few years, like, it is something that we've noticed, like, because every time you get dressed, every time you're trying on clothes, every time you get out of the shower, every time it's just always like, oh, I'm just not fully happy with how I look. And I feel like people just put the same amount of effort into trying to, and again, easier said than done, as most things are, but put the same amount of effort and energy we do about kind of complaining and being unhappy about how we are, and to just literally doing one small thing every day to help move us in that right direction. Before you know it, you've a full year under your belt, and you're smashed, and you're kind of one of one of the fittest people in the gym there to kind of use you as an example. So what else has been described your fighting fit experience to anybody who really maybe doesn't know a lot about what we do? Like what kind of your favorite things about the program?
Well, obviously I love the new gym and the new programs. But I love that there's constantly like that push to do better, like not do better, but like to better yourself, I suppose. Like I even remember one of my first like weeks in the gym, I was lifting like 4 kilos, and I remember Chris come up to me and he was like, "You can do way heavier than that." Like, you know what I mean? Whereas you wouldn't get that in other gyms because you wouldn't be like actively looking out for you and actively like pushing you. So I love that. I love that there's constantly like all the coaches are like out for your best interest, and they're trying to push you to do as much as you can without putting pressure on you as well. Like, if you can't do something, you can't do something. It's not a big deal. It's like, all right, well, you do what you can do, kind of thing. I love that. I really do love that about the gym, and I love like the structure of it. Like, obviously, you know, you've like Wednesday and Sundays your rest days, and then all the other days like hard work. Like, I love that.
And that's kind of what really keeps things exciting, isn't it? Like this pursuit of kind of personal development. I'm not sure anybody listening knows much about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There's like certain levels to things, and like once you kind of cover the base, like you're safe and secure and you have a roof over your head and this kind of stuff, then it kind of moves into like different things like relationships and stuff. But the top of the pyramid is the path of self-actualization, and that really is the journey of becoming the best version of yourself. And that's kind of what we find, I believe, like, you know, true health and fitness is obviously one aspect of it. Obviously, there's more aspect to it as well, like your career and your relationships and that kind of stuff. But that's the one that kind of really kind of gets people started. If people can do it through fitness, the positive impact it can have across all of the areas of our lives, I find, can be very profound. Like, have you found that once you kind of got in a good routine with fitness and stuff, has it positive impact in any other areas?
Oh, 100%. Like, I know I was saying I wanted to lose weight or whatever. So when I go out now, I feel good about myself. And like, if I'm going like if me and my friends were going for food or something, like I'd be like, I know that I have the balance there. Like before I would have felt guilty, and I know I shouldn't have, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you just, when you're in the gym and you're like have your nutrition right and stuff, you just feel better about yourself, like 100%. Like, you just, it's like, I don't know what it is for me. It's just like I just feel good when I've been in the gym and when I know everything's kind of done right. Yeah,
because I do, like, I'm not sure if you do like any journal or anything like that, but I know like, well, my like daily.
I can take breaks as well.
Yeah. I know when I like do like little journal and stuff like that, it's like if I've worked out and my diet was decent, it's like, and I've done maybe one productive thing that day, I'm like, it was a decent day. Like exercising or things that come up time and time again. Whereas if I skip a workout and I eat bad, that's never usually a good day. And it's kind of simple for like, if you're not happy with how something is going, like it's easier to change it than to kind of sit and stew and load and
wallow in it.
A lot of people kind of get stuck to it because it can be so, unfortunately, so hard to get going. So in terms of that, so what do you feel like? What is next for you? Like, what's the big goals? What are you working on at the minute? Like, obviously, you said you're loving the new gym. What do you like about the new gym, or what are your goals right now?
Yeah, so I want to, like, I'm a yellow 3 on the level up method at the minute. So I'd obviously love to get up to the orange, because I know I can. I know I definitely can get up to the orange. So I think going up through the belt colours, I love that. And I love being strong. Like, I love, like, especially girls and women that are strong. Like, I just love that. I think it's class. Like, I'd love to be one of the strongest women in the gym. I really would.
Yeah, and what's cool now is with the new system, we can rank you now. We can say like, all right, well, you're fifth or you're fourth, or obviously depending on the different exercise. But yeah, bringing that into the level method, like, it is pretty cool. The fact that you're literally yellow 3, you're literally one level, like one micro level off level and up. What do you find are your strengths and weaknesses in terms of kind of the overall system?
Yeah, I have I'm good at like the kettlebell swings and all that. I was quite good at, and the running I would have the mile test. I could do that quite fast. And my flexibility was quite fast because obviously I do dancing, so I'd be a lot more flexible than other people. But then there's the things that bring me down are like my front squat and stuff. Like, I'm strong in some areas and then I'm not strong in the other areas.
Yeah, the front squat, and I'm pretty sure the rings are the two things that most people struggle with.
They're so hard.
I'm going to do actually a video because it's pretty cool. We actually have because we can kind of average out everybody's level in the gym, so we kind of get like the average for the whole gym. If you take everybody's in, so you kind of get to see like, so I'm going to do a video on that and kind of show everybody now like what everybody's good at, what they're not so good at, and then people can get to see then if they're kind of above or below average in the different kind of areas and stuff, which is pretty cool. Yeah. But but even people like yourself, like having that kind of step-by-step, like with the roadmap, it's like, right, I know what I'm good at, I know what I'm not so good at, and now I literally know what the next step is in terms of improving. I know exactly what I have to do. I know exactly what my next target is to level up, and that's kind of so cool now for people like yourself, because that, because a lot of programs is all about weight loss, and again, we love helping people lose weight, because I like helping people lose weight and feel more confident in themselves really does change people's lives. It really, really does. But at the same time, once you help them get there, you got to kind of keep them motivated and keep them engaged, and that's kind of hopefully what the level method now is all about, helping people become the best version of themselves, helping them become fitter, faster, stronger, and all that good stuff. And the fact that it's kind of like jiu-jitsu, it's kind of like karate, like martial arts, the fact that it's color graded and your level.
And you always get better as well. Like, you always have something to improve on. Exactly. Even if it's a small thing, kind of. I love that. I was actually like that in school. Like, I remember if I was bad at, like, say, maths, like I went and got maths grounds, or like I worked really hard. So I like having it tells you the specific area that you need to get better at. Like, I love that. It works really well for me. Yeah.
And it's cool as well because it forces you to work on your weaknesses as well, because your level isn't necessarily graded on your best level, it's graded on your worst level. So it's like, as you said, like if maths is my strong point, I need to work on maths. I need to give that some extra time. Rather, what most people tend to do in the gym is lads will go in and they'll do chest all day, but they'll avoid squatting or whatever the case may be. Like for me, it's mobility. It's like, I like training and doing pretty much everything, but I hate stretching, but now it's like, I can't level up until I bloody improve my flexibility. So what am I now? What's my priority now? And I'm working out. It's like, right, well, I'm trying to incorporate 15 minutes of yoga every day and stuff until I get that, because that's the key to unlock the door of the next level. But the philosophy is like, we want everybody to be improving in a nice, well-rounded fashion. We want everybody to be well-rounded athletes, because that's what we're all about. We're all about kind of like functional fitness. I kind of use this analogy for people. I'm not sure what you think about it. Like with the new facilities, like if a CrossFit gym and a boxing club had a baby out fighting fit, that's kind of what we're really trying to do now with the new program, because CrossFit is amazing. It's like these are some of the best athletes in the world. It's as long as it's done kind of safely, and kind of people are kind of getting enough recovery from these insane workouts and stuff, like, but at the same, we're doing that, but at the same time we can personalize and tailor to you, because we know what your level is and we know where you should be. So although it's in a group, it's still trying to customize and make it that little bit more personal to you, because that's
still like personal training as well. Even though you are in a group of people, it's still personal training. Like, I love that.
That's just trying to find that balance, because I think it's better than personal training, really, because like you get that personal touch, but you still get the crack and the energy and the flexibility of
the competition as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you still have your heart rate monitor as well.
Yeah, I have a heart rate monitor, so it's always that push to get into the red zone.
Yeah, because there's no bluffing when you're up on the TV. Like the coach can see like what range you're in. Like, and if you're not in an appropriate range for like the focus of the workout, it's like, let's go, let's pick it up.
Yeah, if you're in the blue zone and you're doing squats or something, you're like, oh, I probably should be up near yellow, like.
Yeah, 100%. And what have you found then? What has maybe been your biggest struggle, say, over the past year in terms of kind of starting to implement kind of the health and fitness journey?
I kind of struggled with like when I was losing weight. I'm obviously not at the minute, but when I was losing weight, I struggled trying to balance it with, say, like going out with my friends, or like trying to, like, if I was getting a takeaway or something, like I struggled to balance it in the week or whatever, say, like trying to fit everything in together on my training. Or if I was going away, like I went away for 3 days there, but I would have struggled beforehand. I would have struggled like fitting in, because I missed like 2 or 3 days training. I kind of struggled with the rest of the week. I was like, oh, it's a crap week. But now I know that I can have the 3 days off, but come back for the 4th session or whatever, and I'll feel good about myself then. I struggled a lot with that at the start, like balancing everything, balancing like normal life, I suppose.
Yeah, of course. And it's important to remember, like, there's only so much damage you can do in 3 days. Like, I feel like sometimes, because we go in and we weigh ourselves as soon as we come home, we put on like 4 pounds, but we lose 2 of them pounds overnight anyway, like, because we're just a little bit bloated more because we're drinking alcohol and this kind of stuff. But so what kind of was your biggest lesson, or kind of what advice would you give to somebody else that is struggling with the same thing? What have you kind of helped overcome that? Just knowing that, like, just don't feel guilty about it. You'll be back on track within a couple of days, kind of thing, and don't let the wheels fall off the wagon.
Yeah, I kind of think like, I just be like, oh, that can be a bad week, but it's not. If you have one bad day, you have 6 more days to get back on track, and 6 more days to make yourself feel better. So just like knowing that, I think that's a big thing, especially when you're starting out with fitness and with like nutrition and stuff. Knowing that you can get back on track, and there's no point in blowing it all, because you can just get back on track and feel better about yourself like straight away.
Yeah.
And as you said, like if you put on 4 pounds, like realistically, it's from like drinking or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? You do lose it overnight. Like it's not that big of a deal. You can lose it as easy as you put it on, I suppose.
Yeah, 100%. And even that's kind of something that we've kind of started doing, and it's kind of counterintuitive, is kind of even more encouraging people to weigh in more regularly instead of less regularly. Because like, and the reason for that is we want to help people desensitize themselves to the scales. How do you get over a fear? You get over a fear by exposing yourself to that stimulus. So by weighing yourself in every day, it kind of doesn't become this big deal that it always is. Every time somebody stands in the scales, it's rarely a positive experience for them, because usually they're yo-yo diet or something. But by exposing yourself to it over time, you get to understand then the natural weight cycles of your body. You understand that over a week period, like your body can come like between 3 and 5 pounds, especially ladies, like when you're menstruating, like, you know, we retain water, you know, I think it's like average about 3 pounds anyway, the week before. So it's like, but understand your body and learning your natural cycles and learning the patterns of your body, and not being so specific and setting a dead weight. So instead of saying like, I want to be 60 kilos, it's like, I want to be 59 to 61, knowing that, like, you know, you could give or take either side. And if it's the lower end, we give ourselves a big pat on the back, even though we mightn't have changed anything. And if it goes up, we're the worst person in the world. So it's understand that, listen, give or take a couple of pounds, there's more things there's more ways to measure success than just the scales, essentially. And that kind of brings on to my next question. Like, what would you say you're most proud of over the last year?
I think like maybe like feeling good in my own skin and stuff. I was kind of proud that I was able to like overcome. I used to just like I used to go out and I just, when I actually do feel good in myself. Like I wear what I want. I eat what I want. I do what I want, and I just feel good about it.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's it.
and it's the consistency that you've shown is kind of what's giving you that freedom, really, with the food. And obviously, how you look, because you're an athlete now. Like, you know, you train like an athlete. Like, you train 4 or 5 times a week hard, but at least you train most weeks 5 times, don't you?
Yeah. Well, the last couple of weeks have been a bit on and off, but yeah.
Yeah. But it's like you're training like an athlete, and that's the cool thing about it. It's like them extra couple hundred calories. It's like they can be spent on whatever you want, especially when you get past. Because a lot of people are stuck at dieting, and they're always in a deficit. They're always looking to lose weight. You can start to eat to fuel your body, to get fitter, to get fatter, faster, to get stronger. It's a different experience, because, like, you know, most people are in like a 1,000 calorie deficit every day, because everyone wants to lose 3-4 pounds a week. You know, but if once you kind of can add them calories back and good quality food, it's like there's a little bit of room in there to include your favorite foods a couple of days a week, and not really make that big of a deal, and actually put them calories to work in terms of building muscle and getting stronger.
Yeah, definitely. Because even like if I'm going into the gym in the morning, or well, I normally go 1:15. I always make sure I have something good to eat, because like if you don't have something big, like you're going to be tired. You're not going to be lifting heavy. You're not going to be training as hard. And like now that I know that like food is fuel, like you don't have to be afraid of it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just feels good then, because then you can go in, you can lift heavy, you can get PBs and stuff, and you can like level up, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember before, because with boxing, I kind of got stuck in some really kind of negative kind of associations with exercise and weight loss and stuff. And like, used to always think like the purpose of exercise is to lose weight. It's not. The purpose of exercise is to get fitter, to get faster, to get stronger. You diet and you move. You just live a more active lifestyle to lose weight. Like, the purpose of your training should be to build muscle, to get stronger, to get fitter, to get new PBs, to have more energy, not necessarily always losing weight. So it's great that you kind of got the weight loss out of the way first, and now it's just all about being, again, this path of kind of personal development, which is unreal.
Yeah, because even at the start, it was about weight loss for me, and obviously getting into training. But now it's like I would be the strongest person in the gym, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's not all about just losing the weight.
Yeah, and what is your favorite exercise? Obviously, the deadlift. If you like strength training, deadlift is probably one of your favorites.
Yeah, I do like deadlifts. I actually love doing squats. They burn, but I do like doing squats. Yeah. And what else did I like? Like, I like training arms. I just really enjoy it. Yeah. Most girls love training legs, so I love training arms.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And what is your deadlift PB at the minute? You know,
60, I think it is. It's not that high.
but it says 60 for 5 though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I did 8 reps.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. And what is it with the front squats one? The ones you have to knock up to get up to the next level?
Yeah, front squat. I'm only on 30 at the minute. I'm struggling with that.
Yeah, front squat. Yeah. Yeah, the front squat is very difficult. So anybody watching this that's in the gym, make sure you're checking in on Lauren and asking her how she's getting on with her front squat for the next session. What advice would you give to somebody there who maybe was in a similar position that you were this time last year? Like, what would you tell them? Like, what's the, like, obviously not necessarily even just plug and find fit, but like, you know, in terms of mindset, or like what can these people do to get the wheels back in the wagon and to get the ball rolling again?
Yeah, I think like accountability was like a big thing for me. Like, because if I told someone I was going to do something, I would do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even like I bet you I'll be able to lift this by the end of this month. Like, I bet you I'll be able to do a 60 kilo deadlift by the end of this month, and put like €20 on or something, or €50 on. I think that's like a big thing. The accountability really, really helped me when I was starting. I think as well as that, like having all the different coaches just really like to push you the whole time. Like when I went into the gym, like because there was coaches there, and it wasn't just me in the gym training myself, like because there was coaches there, you always had someone to push you, and you always right, and they'd help you. Like, you know what I mean? I think having a coach is a really, really big help as well. Not plug and find fit, but kind of.
Yeah. No, again, and we've dedicated our careers to trying to create the best program we can possibly create, and like it is so important because every time you show up and there's a coach there, I would be the same as like when you train your own. Like I have a bloody gym at the side of my house, and I still prefer to train in a find fit session because like I'm lazy. When I'm on my own, I'm lazy, but when there's a group of people around, when there's a coach watching me, every session is close to my best session. Obviously, some days you feel better than others, but every session you always give it your best effort on the day. Whereas like when you train by yourself, you can kind of let it slide. And having somebody that even when you come in and maybe you weren't really feeling the session that day, they give you a bit of encouragement or say the right things, or just because you're there now and you're already started, you're like, feck it, might as well go for a PB or do something. And you surprise yourself on these days as well. So kind of having that nice environment where you're kind of supported to achieve your goals, but also there's that structure to the program as well, that like you can literally, you know, that there's progressive overload built into the system, that you're expected to lift heavier weights. Like fair enough, you might be starting off lifting the 2 kilos or the 4 kilos. We all have to start somewhere, but realize that if you're at the gym long enough, soon the coach is going to hand you the 6s, and then they're going to hand you the 7s, and then they're going to hand you the 8s, and they're going to bring you as far as they can bring you, because that's kind of how you get the best results. You got to be stretching your comfort zone.
Yeah, definitely. Because like even I have a gym here as well, and like I really wouldn't push myself half as hard in here by myself than I would in Fight and Fit. And as I was saying, like Chris, that day that Chris, I was using like 3 kilos or 4 kilos, and Chris came over and handed me heavier weights. He was like, "That's way too easy for you." Like you don't realize that. You don't realize how easy it is when you're on your own. Whereas when there's someone looking at you and you're not even breaking a sweat and they're handing you heavier weights, it pushes you a lot more.
But what I believe what a good coach will do as well, they'll give you they'll give you a reputation to live up to. You get what I'm saying? So now you set a standard. Now people expect a certain amount. Like, you know what I mean? Like even like say like your mom there, when she was there, like she was one of the strongest women in the gym. And it's like, but now it's almost expected. Every time she's in the session, she has to be lifting this, you know, thereabouts the heaviest weights in the room, because that's the standard that's expected of them. So like giving yourself a reputation to live up to, and I've no doubt that within a couple more months, especially with the new gym, the new program, the new equipment, you know, you'll be lifting big weights now, I'd say, over the next couple of months. So what do you think? So what does the next 6 months look like for Lauren then? What do you hope to achieve in the next couple of months? So we're going to get that orange band. What's after that?
I'd like to, so I've been slacking on my running lately, so I would like to get faster with running and stuff as well in the next couple of months, because I love running. Like, I just think it's so good for your head, you know what I mean? Like, you just go out and forget about everything, focusing on like going training to feel good about myself, not just going to training to lose weight. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to fall back into that. Like, I want to keep going, because I love how exercise makes me feel, and like how that like structure makes me feel, with like nutrition and stuff as well. So just like staying on track with that, I suppose, getting stronger, moving up the level up method, and
routine really is so important for people, isn't it? Like this is kind of when I know anything from my experience, like when I fall out of routine or I fall out of good habits, that's kind of when you're really feeling a little bit meh. But when you have a good routine, you know, everything flows. Everything seems to work out much better, especially when the core of the routine is some sort of exercise. The key with exercise is find something you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, like it's not necessarily going to be easy. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but you know, because most of us, you know, when we're on our day, like we like to be challenged, we like to be pushed, we like to kind of see what we're capable of. But something that you enjoy, like you shouldn't dread exercise all the time. Every once in a while you'll have a bad day, but find something that you enjoy and that you can stick to, and that kind of really will be the core of a healthy routine. And even as you said, just because one of my favorite things, I do really like running as well when I'm in the habit of it and I get into a good routine of it, because I find it really is so good for the head. Out of curiosity, do you run with headphones or without headphones?
I run with headphones all the time. I used to run without them, and then like one of my friends is like, "How do you run without headphones?" And then like, just listen to your favorite music. It makes you go faster. Like, it really does.
Yeah, no, I'm the kind of person, like, I struggle to run without headphones. I'm the kind of, you know, like, if you ever run and your headphones die halfway through, like, you'd be absolutely raging. But like, you know, listening to things like podcasts and audiobooks and that kind of stuff, I find is such a cool way to use that running time, like just to literally fill your head with just such positivity, such good advice, some interesting stories. It's such a good way, like, to, what do we call it, like dead time, like, you know, like say like podcasts like what I've done to, like, say commutes and driving a car and all the washing dishes, all these things that were considered like dead time. Now, you know, you can learn somebody's life lessons in a couple of hours, kind of listening to an audiobook when you do it as well. So it is pretty cool. Do you listen to many audiobooks or anything like that? Do you have any recommendations and like that?
I listen. I used to actually, before I was on the Fight and Fit podcast, I listened to it all the time, like walking into work and stuff. I do mostly listen to music, in fairness. And I listen to, like, everything.
Yeah. What's your favorite song? Like, what's your kind of your gym pump up song, or your last mile song, or your last kilometer song?
I love what do I love? I love doing a workout where you have to do a burpee every time it said Thunderstruck. So I was like, oh. But I love, like, anything that gets you go, like rock. I love listening to rock if I'm lifting. But when I'm running, I just listen to anything. Like, I love Fleetwood Mac when I'm running. It's so random. But it's just like the beat of it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, just good vibes. And that's the thing. And the thing about it, when you're running, like, you kind of, part of it, you just kind of get lost, and you drift off. You're not even fully listening to the music anymore. You're in your own thoughts, sorting it all. It's a great way to kind of solve all of your life's problems, but kind of almost unconsciously. You're not even fully thinking about it.
Yeah, like, you're just in your own space, like, just zoned out, trying to get to the next kilometer.
Yeah, no, it's me, because the reason I brought up the runners, because there's so many people out there that kind of have this story where I hate running, or I don't like running. And it's like, I just give it a go. Like, you know, unless, like, you've got bad knees, you're injured, like, running is pretty cool. It's nice to kind of have an individual sport, something you can go out and do by yourself. Because it is a bit of a unique experience, especially if you've got, you know, good music or something to listen to. It's nice, because when do we ever get the chance to listen to our favorite songs or listen to our favorite stuff? Like, life for most people now is just so busy these days that we just really don't get the time to stop and listen, really.
Yeah, because there's always something else to do, something more important than listening to music.
Exactly. But no, Lauren, honestly, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Again, I really appreciate it. Again, more than coming on the podcast, I appreciate your effort and your consistency and everything you've kind of really done over the last year. You know, it really is a pleasure to work with people like yourself, people who are really committed to the routine, committed to the journey, committed to being the best version of themselves. That's kind of what we're all about, and, you know, we really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. It makes it easier as well when the coaches are so supportive and so sound. So makes it a lot easier trying to better yourself when everyone else is so nice about it.
Yeah, no, cool. Well, listen, thank you very much, Lauren. I said, anybody who listen, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and who knows, you might have Lauren on again next year when she's a black belt. All right, Lauren, see you later.